Hello and welcome back to my Let's Challenge of Ratchet and Clank 2, and welcome back to planet Tabora. We are now ready to start the long sequence of grinding that we're actually going to need to do in order to start getting the money that really we're actually going to need to get some of the weapons that we want. As you can see, we have two weapons that are very close to upgrading, and then we have our newest two weapons, which are nowhere near upgrading, and all of this. And unfortunately, because of the way the synthenoids work, we are going to be having to essentially travel back and forth. I'm just wondering, do I not have... Always have the charge boots. So we're going to see whether these synthenoids can do a decent job of taking out these guys. You might be wondering, why am I heading down here? Well, there is something that I missed, and I noticed this when I was looking at the planets. Because if you look at the planet here, and you view missions, you'll find, or at least when you go into your vehicle, you find that essentially there are 3 platinum bolts on this planet, and I know where 2 of them are. At least I definitely know where 2 of them are. I would have only known where 2 of them are had I not realised, because there's only one in the desert, and essentially the last one is located here. So obviously what you're meant to do is freeze the water such that these this sort of platform gets locked in place, and then if you actually look up here, there's a platinum bolt. So that's the next platinum bolt on this planet, and now we're going to rush back and prepare for the desert. And collecting 88 of these giant crystals. And obviously the reason we want to do that is for money, and also you do get a skill point if you manage to get them all. And I am maxed out for synthenoid ammo. That's... Ow. Oh, it's because I put these out before I actually bought some more. That's why. So, now, here is the map. I believe I've recently been watching the, there's a series, a YouTube channel called Useless Podcasts, where 2 of the guys who worked on this game, Mike Stout and... Oh, he's going to hate me, I can't remember the other guy's name. But essentially, the guys who worked on this level, this game as a whole, their first game, and they actually play through the game, and they give some really interesting insight as to what it was like to work on the game, stuff like that, how they feel about the levels that they worked on and stuff like this. But apparently this level here is based on Jimi Hendrix's head. So you've got the face in the middle, and then the afro around the outside, which I thought was rather amusing. So, one of the things that is interesting about this planet is that there is a vendor here.
Put it in the slot. The weapon you want modified. Put it in the slot.
Oh, I get it. You make weapon modifications.
Yep. I can take your puny little weapon, and with a few tweaks, I can turn it into a powerful piece of equipment. Look, you want me to hook you up or what? I can't hang around here all day.
So, we meet Slim Cognito once more, and what you actually see is that this is what you spend your platinum bolts on. Mods for your weapons. So, we're going to buy all of these. Obviously, some of them are pointless, because some of these weapons we are not going to be using anymore. Is that an unprotected crystal? That's odd. That is something else that we're going to be using. We're going to be going up there later on, essentially, especially if we miss any of these crystals. That is essentially a faster way of travelling around the area. It's very helpful. So our aim here is to essentially let our synthenoids do the vast majority of the work. But as you can see, we do not get synthenoid ammo from crates, which kind of sucks, because it does mean that we are going to need to be going relatively far afield. Ow. Ow again. Come on, boys. There we go, lovely. Okay, so that's that. We've got another crystal over here. Obviously, the bolts that we're going to get from the enemies are also going to help us on our way to collecting all the money that we're going to need for the next few weapons that we need to buy. Okay, so that's that. There's one more. We should get the lava gun, our lava gun, to upgrade very, very soon. There we go, just as I mentioned it, we get our lava gun turning into the meteor gun, and this is one of, I think, the most contentious sort of upgrades there's ever been for a weapon, certainly in the Ratchet Clank series, because the general consensus is that the meteor gun is a worse weapon than the lava gun, and obviously you should never have a situation where a weapon gets worse by you using it more. But that is kind of the situation here. And it's really not that it becomes worse, because obviously it does do more damage and all this sort of stuff. It's just that it has a completely different function. Like the lava gun, you can sort of spray around all over the place, whereas the meteor gun, if I show you it, as you can see, it fires these sort of small meteors around. And it becomes far more, like, you actually need to aim, I guess, is far more the important thing. So it's just got a different focus, you know, compared to the lava gun. Okay, so Centenoids out. You can see that we're taking very little damage from these guys because of obviously our upgraded armor and all that. So this isn't actually this shouldn't be particularly difficult to talk. Certainly when you get to the second, there are essentially two areas like this in the game where you've got these sort of very large, wide open spaces where essentially you've got to collect various items for money and stuff like that. And the second one in this game is a hell of a lot more difficult than this. Notoriously so. Come on, where are you? There you are. Next dude. There we go, lovely. Okay. So that's that. This is why the charge boots are a blessing in this sort of area where you've got a huge space and you can just blast all over the place and really skip large sections of the area. What we're now going to be able to do is we are going to cash these 20 in. Give us our 20,000. We now have over 50,000, which will allow us to buy the mini rocket tube, which is the next important weapon for us. The synthenoids are the most important for us to try and level up here because I guess they're the weakest of the weapons that we have, and so, or I suppose not the weakest isn't the right word, but they're the ones that will benefit most from these sort of, because these are lower level, lower enemies really, lower level enemies. I doubt the mini rocket tube will get a lot of experience from taking out these guys. So hopefully the synthenoids will. I will be able to use the mini rocket tube on the big guys though, which is useful. We head over here. Ah yes, quick select. Perfect, so health is doing really nicely actually. Beautiful. Is that my synthenoids all gone? Yeah, looks like it. There we go, so our Seeker gun will upgrade to the HK-22 gun, which essentially fires 3 Seekers at once, and that makes it pretty powerful. Any rocket tube ammo. Just trying to get the most out of all of my different weapons. Okay, good. Okay, so we've got loads of the big guys around, so the spider bot is not going to be too hard to upgrade, thankfully. Like, I was a bit worried about how long it would take to upgrade it, but it looks like it should be fine. Okay, some spider bot glove ammo. So I'm just going to zip back to the vendor. That is unfortunately what a lot of this sort of level sort of comes down to, is sort of back and forth to the vendor. Especially when you've only got as limited an arsenal as I currently have. Or as in, well, I don't really, I am obviously, myself, I am limiting my arsenal here, really. I'm limiting the weapons that I use on purpose for the purpose of just ensuring that I level up all of my weapons as evenly as possible. Check over here. Yep, that was something I missed. Nice. Okay, so we will continue onwards through the desert. So, yeah. Lovely. There's a platinum bolt. If you see it, just So this is the only platinum bolt located in the desert. I believe this is like sort of near enough up the top. But it's located sort of like if you're tracing around the sort of the outside of the area, then you definitely run into it eventually. Okay, so next. Do you notice down there a sort of a small area with the islands? There's a couple of those across the map, and essentially they usually have those have these big guys located around them. Okay, so probably near enough time to head back, I think. I mean, if we get 20 odd things each time, then that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Okay, so there's one over there that we should probably take care of. We've missed a big area in the middle. The size of the desert really does give it a really nice sense of scale, which I always think is important in this sort of, you know, I mean, obviously it's an area which they tried to make big, and they've certainly succeeded in making it, you know, but it's also not so large that you sort of feel, you know, incomparably dwarfed compared to it. Something noise, there we go. So as we continue to make our way through this rather lengthy area, like there, yeah. So there's an area just this way which we haven't explored yet. Is that largely that? Yeah. Okay. The one thing you don't want to end up, obviously, is to having only missed one. Like, if you've missed one in this vast area, that would be very annoying. I think I think it's called the mapper, or the essentially the item that you can find which reveals all the secrets on the map. I think it does reveal the locations of all the crystals. I might be wrong in saying that though. I know definitely in Ratchet Clank 3 the mapper or equivalent, whatever it's called, does that. Beautiful. Okay, that looks pretty good for the areas that we've covered, so now we want to head this way. Make sure that looks good. Okay, so now where are we going? Beautiful, okay. Ah, yes. So as you can see, there are obviously 4 crystals just to be located just here, once you get to the middle. Whoa! Massive slowdown. Game was not happy at all about that. Okay, so, nice. So that's 36. So if we, what do we have? We're 12 plus the 20 that we handed in, and now 36. That's 68. So I think we've only got 34 left. Which in the scheme of things on this level is not a lot. Oh man, we've already... Die. Okay, so let's go to 40 and then we'll think about heading back. Hello. Ow. There's no real point in me killing these guys with the mini rocket tube, certainly. Is that a spawner over there? It is a spawner over there. Yeah, huge amounts of enemies coming out of the ground obviously is not good for the system, it seems. Come on, there we go. No idea how it collects the bolts for you, but fair enough. So, that's that. Lovely. Okay, so we'll go hand these. Oh no, because yeah, that's right actually. We'll go hand these lot in for another 44,000. I don't think we're actually going to have enough to actually buy another weapon. Is the silly thing. This episode, because the next few weapons are so expensive, all over 100,000. Scintilloid ammo. All of that good stuff. Hello. So, 23 crystals remaining. We should hopefully be able to get them all in one go. And then I'll show you the raritanium mining. And then I think we're done with Tabora pretty much, which is good. Okay, so as we continue to make our way through this vast desert. The knights. Come help me. Come on, one bolt. Okay, so where's next? There. 20 more. Beautiful. Okay, so now. Take out those guys. That one. That wasn't the noise. I know you can take that guy out. Oh, damn. Okay, so there's that. Now, last round of synthenoids. We only had 2 left. Okay. So, 6 more. We definitely have a fair few on the island. Spawn! Die! Looks like 2 over here, so... So we've got 2 over here, 1 there, so that's 22, and then we're missing 1. Not what we want to see. Or is there 3 over there? I don't know. Skills on both, good. Nope, that money disappeared. Okay, so hopefully, is this the end? Is this the end? Yes, it is. Awesome. Okay. So there's that, and then there's this one, and that should... There we go, we get the skill point. You know, when it says you've got a skill point, that's when you know you've got them all. Or you just count them all. So that is all 100 of the desert crystals, as we get Heal Your Chai, as they call it in this game. This vessel suffers from wounded Chai. Okay, so, as we fly our way through... I'm now going to show you the, there we go, there are 0 crystals remaining in the desert. That's such a satisfying thing to see. So, just going to show you what's going on up here. So if you walk up here using your gravity boots, you can now enter this ship. And essentially you can see on the little, map that you've got there, where the raritanium is, and then what you can do is you can drill for it. And this is, along with obviously the along with obviously the just doing the space battles over and over again, this is the other way to try and to grind for raritanium in this game. Now, the vehicle itself is actually relatively fragile, so you don't want to sort of... There's a reason I'm doing this after, and that's because... also the arrows do show you where to drill as well. But yeah, there's a reason I'm doing this after I've just gone through the whole map, and that's because the vehicle itself obviously has a health bar and all this sort of stuff, and you don't want to let... the wildlife around here actually take you out, essentially. So never realised that you actually got a custom piece of music just for this vehicle. And this is obviously another relatively fast way of actually traversing around. So if you say you've got 99 of the 100 crystals, and you're desperate to find where on earth the last one is, jump in the vehicle, and you'll be able to, you know, travel across the map a hell of a lot faster than you would without it. So we're just going to do this a couple more times, I think, and then we will stop. I think we've largely got most of the, certainly got most of the raritanium stuff that we actually really need. It's far more important that you like get those, you know, we obviously upgraded our cannons before we did the Hrugus Space Cloud, and that really helps, and I think that's really the only thing that we really need to worry about doing when it comes to our ship. Maybe getting the extra shield, which I suppose these funds will contribute to. So yeah, let's see if this guy's actually going to do much damage to us. So if we just... just travel over here, we can mine here, and there we go. Ding, 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 ding. I do love that music for Tabora. Anyway, so that is Tabora done. We have completed everything that we wanted to do here, which is really good. We have no more crystals remaining in the desert. We have a bunch more money now, 79,000, but unfortunately still doesn't mean we can't buy the bouncer and stuff. So, what we're now going to do is we're going to head over to Joba in the next episode, and we're going to start making our way through some of the arena battles. And doing that should hopefully get us in a position where we can actually... once we start getting through the arena battles, we'll start earning some more money, we'll be able to hopefully buy the bouncer and some of the other weapons, and then we'll be in a really good position to continue on with the game going forwards when we're rich as hell and able to buy lots of stuff. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Obviously, sorry that it's sort of just like one continuous thing, but you know, that is the want that is with Tabora, that is what happens on this planet. In the next episode, we will be, like I said, going to Joba and competing in the Megacorp games some more. So I hope to see you then.